This is the Unity portion of this tutorial. If you have not watched the Blender portion yet, please go and do that now. So first you must import the textures and the model. In order to do that, first you must create a folder named textures. This will hold the texture. And the easiest way to do this is locate it in your Windows Explorer and just drag it in. See, it was created here now. Next, you're going to go back to your assets folder, and you're going to drag and drop your FBX file. Simple enough. It'll take a few moments to import. Thankfully, as this model comes rigged itself, we will be not creating a humanoid rig for this. Rather, we'll be using the rigs that come from MMD. You know this has an animation if it has one of these right here in it. But first we must go to the materials, and if you have imported Cube's Unity shaders, please use those. I will be using Flatlet Toon from Cubed. We're set to opaque with no shadow, a tinted outline of 0.03. Should do the trick. And in fact, let us drag and drop this in here. Quite big. Quite big. VRchat likes your models to be real size, whereas MMD has them quite large. I know for a fact that the scale is going to be 0.08 on all axes. So let's go back down to here. Now they're correct size. Perfect. And our outline of 0.03 looks great. Looks about perfect. So now let's add some dynamic bones. Thankfully, since we translated the bones in the Blender portion, it's not that hard to find what we're looking for. All of these skirts, we're going to want to open up each one, and we're going to apply the dynamic bone to the subparts. If you don't already have dynamic bones, it is on the asset store over here. For $20. Right here. I'm currently not logged in, so I couldn't import right now. I just have it. Anyway, continue on. Topper will give you different numbers than I will. I personally, for the purpose of clothing, I like to use the following values: 0.2, 0.05, 0.9, and 0.5. We can see the stiffness come into play. We can see the dynamic bones come into play if we press play, return to scene, and wiggle it about. Oh, we forgot something important. We didn't actually apply the dynamic bones. We just put the dynamic bones on the bones. We have to now put the bones onto the dynamic bones. It sounds funny, doesn't it? Oh, did I screw something up? No, I did not. Good, good. So now if we go to the base model, press play, and go back to scene, we can now wiggle it about. You can see the skirt move. It looks nice. We're going to do the same for the hair now. So now that we're done with the lower body, we're going to go to upper body 2. We're going to want to add 1 to the necktie, dynamic bone, and same values. 2, 0.05, 0.9, and 0.5. This will allow the tie to move. We're going to go to the neck, to the head, and now we're going to select all of the hair. I believe that would be all the hair, wouldn't it? We're going to add the dynamic bone, and this time we're using different values. Not much different, but different. So 0.2, 0.005, and then 0.8 with 0 inertia. If we go back down to the base, back down to the base model, press play, return to scene, and wiggle it back. We made the same mistake as I did last time. I keep doing this. But that's okay, it doesn't take that long. Unfortunately, we couldn't simply just parent the bones in cats, because that would break the motion. Let's press play, return to scene, and see how we've done. Looks good. A lot more flowy than the clothes. So now we must create an avatar controller. The easiest way to do this would actually just be to go to VRC SDK, examples. Wait, no, that's not right. Yeah, that is actually an animation. Okay. So we want to find an avatar controller. Which I believe this is the one we're looking for. So in order to make a new one, we're going to press Control-D to duplicate it, and that's going to give us our duplicate one already highlighted. We're going to grab it and drag it back to Assets. So now if you go back to our Assets folder, we'll have this here. Double click it, and we're going to go to Animation Layer. This blend tree is what we're interested in. We're going to open up our FBX folder and grab this animation here. Then we're going to apply it to this blend tree by grabbing it and dragging it up here to where the motion option on the inspector. And that should be that. So we go to our scene and highlight our avatar. We're going to need to grab our simple avatar controller and drop it into the controller slot in the animator. Next, we're going to create an empty object and we're going to rename it anything. I'm going to name it Miku because that's what we're working with. Now we're going to drag our Shake It animation into the Miku. Don't ask me why, it just must be done in order to get this to play properly. So now, if you press play, our motion will be playing. Let's go back to here. I assume that if you're at this point, you already know how to add a audio source to an object, but if you don't, it's this simple. We're going to be adding it to our empty object, And also, this reminds me, we need to go ahead and set all these back to 0. And then set these back to 0 in order to get everything lined up properly. I forgot that the game objects, whenever you create them, do not spawn at 0, 0, which is weird. On our audio source, we're going to want to add an audio clip, which I actually have not downloaded yet. Let me grab that. Where did I put it? Where is it? That's just wonderful. For now, pretend I have one. You're going to import the audio file, like any other file, into your assets folder. You're going to grab it from the assets folder and drag it all the way up to audio clip. And then you're done. It's really not that difficult. However, for my purpose, I'm not going to be adding an audio source. If you're using this as an avatar, you're gonna go to your empty game component, add a component, add an avatar descriptor. However, this is not going to be used as an avatar. This will be used as a map object. So the avatar does not need to be turned into an avatar. In fact, we can also get rid of the pipeline manager as well. And now you're done. Simply upload it if it's an avatar, like any other avatar. Again, I'm not going to be doing that because this will be used as a map object. That's it, and thank you.